Purchased in 2012. Gave this one chance after chance after chance. While the hype came and gone on this one, now it's my turn. It's my damn turn to tell you what I really think of Versace Eros. To the fans out there, there's a good chance why you have not seen this one in my top list over the years. I'm going to explain my reasons in this review. Let's get to it. YouTube fragrance family, welcome to another Robezoid fragrance review. Today I'm putting my nose on the house of Versace and one of their top sellers called Eros. I don't really need to introduce this one, do I? So let's take a look under the hood of Eros. It hit the shelves in 2012. Bottle sizes. We got multitudes of them because it is a top seller for the brand. You can get it available in 1 ounce bottles, 1.7, which is the one I have, 3.4, and the mega big bottle, the 6.7 ounce bottle that looks like a huge swimming pool. Concentrations eau de toilette. Pricing. This one, even though it's been released in 2012, it's steadily been a top seller for Versace, which doesn't bode well for the price tag. That means that you're going to have a hard time finding this thing in bargain bins. It's probably not there. And that means it's still pricey, little devil. You're looking around $40 to $150 American. Still pricey to this day. Still selling well. That is one of the things with this fragrance that if you're a top seller, you're still going to be pricey. Group. This is an aromatic fougere. Now let's take a look at the notes. Up top, we have a very aromatic up top. We have some fruity, we have some citrus. We have, of course, mint. We got some herbs there, green apple and lemon. In the mid, we have tonka bean, ambroxan, and geranium. In the base, we have vanilla, cedarwood, vetiver, and moss. So you can see a lot of greens here. There's a lot of greens. There's blue nuances in this particular fragrance, and then there's some sweetness. That's pretty much Eros in a nutshell. Green and blue mixed gives you a little bit of turquoise action here. You throw some sweetness into it and you're good to go. Major notes to my nose. This is a vanilla heavy based fragrance. You got that mint up top, which is I think one of the major notes in this particular fragrance, and the tonka bean. The nose behind this one is Orléans Guichard, and some good fragrances to his resume, but some flops too. This kind of reminds me of a fragrance that was super popular in its heyday. Just like this one, it reminds me of Gucci Guilty, a fragrance I couldn't stand. Synthetically bad. What a terrible fragrance, personally. But a top seller. It reminds me of this, not as in blend or as notes or anything like that, but Gucci Guilty and this have a lot in common, and of course the nose behind it, Orléans, makes sense. Le Mal Terrible also was composed by Orléans. Now, how many sprays and wear with this particular fragrance? That is the question. That is the question of the day on this fragrance. This is the question that would make this fragrance tolerable, or you're going to be that guy in the room. That's what this fragrance is all about, and this is the most important part of my fragrance review today. If you got to take anything out of this fragrance review, it's this. How many sprays and wear? I go 1 on the chest, 1 on the neck. Yeah, I'll go behind. I might as well do it. Boom. And then 2 on the arms. I'm wearing a long sleeve, so I'm going to go inner elbows. And even then, especially if it's a hotter day, I wouldn't be doing that many sprays with this particular fragrance because that is a lot. 4 is quite a bit on this one. But watch the sprays with this one. You'll be that guy. So super important. Now, Eros in Greek mythology is the god of love. Great marketing, but I'm not feeling the love here, Versace. To note, Donatella Versace calls this a scent for a hero. Okay. That cringy Versace style's already oozing here. Donatella, go back. Go back where you came from. No, don't talk. So let's get into the opening of Versace Eros. Let's remind me of this introduction. Whew. The opening of Eros starts off highly synthetic, lemon, very much a citrus opening, very ordinary lemon. It kind of reminds me a bit of a lemon off a cleaner. It really does. Not a good start for Eros. The citrus is paired with a slightly sour green apple. You're going to get that fruitiness tinge to this particular fragrance. There's some green herbal mint. It's not going to smell like toothpaste. It's not going to smell like gum or mints. It really feels a little more herbal, but not high quality herbal. There is some scents out there that do smell like herbal mint, and they smell absolutely great. With this one, not so much. That is also paired with some sweetness here that will eventually power through this fragrance, and it's going to hit you like a sandstorm. It's very loud off the bat, and like I said earlier, if you aren't already careful with your sprays, you're gonna be that guy. This has happened with me a few times with this fragrance. I was like, yeah, I'll wear this in the office. So what's the worst that can happen with this fragrance? It doesn't seem like it's gonna push, but it does. You're gonna be that guy. The opening has brightness, but at the same time, it has some thickness. It has some depth to it. It's very candied sweetness. The mint is usually uplifting and menthol-like to give a fragrance some uplifting manners. You don't get any of that here. This is more of an herbal mint. It's green, herbal, but does not feel like fresh herbal mint, sadly, that many other scents do portray. Immediately, I felt like Eros's notes are trying to outdo each other here. It was almost a battle to the death for certain notes in this particular fragrance. Some fragrances that are very loud and obnoxious, there's sometimes just one note that's trying to grasp the attention of your nose and everybody in the near vicinity. Eros feels like there's multiple notes trying to grasp your attention and everybody in the vicinity. And for that, Eros's blend feels a little messy as a blend. It really doesn't feel like they're playing nice together. It doesn't feel like it's a symphony. It feels a little scratchy as a blend for me. I really think Eros could have been a great set. I see possibility in this type of mashup if they would have cleaned it up a little bit in the blend itself. Now, the vanilla pushes through very early in the scent after the opening citrus and mint with a little pinch of fruit, and will continue to be one of the most dominant notes in Eros, that paired with the ambroxan. This is where Eros reminds me of a little bit of Le Mal Pai Pai, utilizing the same mint up top, very much utilizing some sweetness to pair with that mint. Not as good as the original Le Mal, but piggybacking into this sweet theme, and the return of mint as a popular opening note. The ozonic quality from the ambroxan shares the maltol sweetness, the cotton candy sweetness in this particular fragrance up top, and it's going to run through the veins of Eros right into the heart and more into the deeper dry down of the scent. This will give Eros's smell more of a turquoise blue-like color, kind of like the color of the bottle here. Not a true blue fragrance, more of a turquoise-like. Now, looking more under the hood towards the heart and the deeper dry down of Eros, this is where the vanilla, the tonka bean with the ambroxan goes full power on your skin. Now, it smooths out. And when I mean full power, this fragrance is more amped up, more into the introduction in the heart. And it does go more vanilla, tonka bean, and ambroxan centric on your skin, more into the deeper dry down. Now, the vanilla felt like it was the major theme still here for me on my skin. It has at this point a creaminess to the scent, which I appreciated. And the scent does smoothen out a bit here more into the deeper dry down, which was very much welcomed by myself. As a vanilla base, I never felt the vanilla here was a showstopper. There's much better vanilla based scents in the designer game. And of course, a very pedestrian vanilla as a scent here. You will feel a little bit of powderiness in this particular scent, more into the heart and the deeper dry down of the scent. That's from the tonka bean here. There's a little bit of woods here that show its nature, but not as strong as I would come to expect from some woods, especially cedar. It's more of an undertone to the particular scent here. Eros never showed me much personality to me. I felt it was stealing many ideas that worked in the men's designer game, and they threw it all in a little pot and saw if it worked. Eros is very loud, obnoxious. It's green yet blue, very sweet. It has some fruity take into it. It takes a page out of the blue fad. It puts itself in this turquoise blue color mishmash into a highly synthetic top seller. It felt it was going into the fresh genre, and then it went much thicker, more into the heart as a scent, not knowing if it was going to be a summer or a winter scent, a cool weather or a warm weather scent. I really much dub Eros I don't know my taste in fragrance, so I'm just going to choose this one, kind of frag hit. Now let's get into the revolver, where I discuss recommended age, seasons, day or night, work appropriate or signature scent worthy. Now let's take a look at recommended age. This one I look at as more of an entry-level starter fragrance. Everybody and their mother calls this a teen fragrance. I don't agree with that. I can see why, because I can see this as more of an entry-level starter fragrance. Yes. However, for someone that has a couple fragrances or a little older or wants something a little more playful, it all depends on your attitude and how you're going to wear this fragrance. I can see anybody really wearing this. I don't really see this as strictly just a teen scent. The price point says otherwise. It's not like one that you'll find in the bargain bin yet. But again, very much an entry-level starter fragrance, of course, for teens and college kids and stuff like that. But also for the older folks, something a little more playful, a little more casual. Maybe you're just your weekend type scent. I can see that. Seasons, I would have to really look at this as a fall, spring, summer nights type of scent. It really falls, it's actually quite versatile. It's a lot more versatile than a lot of reviews say. Day or night, I would have to say more of a night out, more of a weekends type of scent. Work appropriate, everybody's dubbing this the club banger. I see a little of that in this, but it's more versatile than that. For work, no. The push on this and the playfulness of this, it depends where you go to work, but for me, no. Signature scent worthy, I can see it, but I really don't. I could see it for the right type of personality, and especially for the younger folks, you know, if you're just buying one bottle and this is it, I can see it. I could see it working for you. But other than that, I think this is more of a casual use from time to time type of wear. So my final thoughts on Eros. You know what? Straight up, yeah. Straight up, I dislike this one. I always did. I bought it on initial launch, and I feel like it's a very childish scent. And don't get me wrong. I like some scents that have some playfulness to them. Le Male 1 million, things like that. They're not my scents that I wear all the time, but when I feel like going for a little bit of sweetness, I'll go for those type of scents that are a little more playful. But the one thing that kind of knocks it a little bit is it's not well balanced. It kind of smells cheap to me. It feels like it's been released by a 4th tier fragrance brand and not by Versace, which then factors into the price. Retail, it hurts. Now that it's out for a while, it may be a little cheaper. It may be at discounts for a little cheaper, but it's still not worth its price tag that I'm seeing it for sale at the moment. Never a fan of these loud, sweet, and also mashed in with some freshness type of fragrances. I never liked sweetness paired with fresh notes, and this is one of those that has that like blue line that I don't like, but it changes, it morphs into more of a turquoise, which I still don't. I heard through the grapevine that this thing has been reformulated in 2017 and isn't as potent as the bottle I have here, which might be the start of the end for Eros, as its users really loved its obnoxious push. Eros is very much bland. It has no personality to it. This is as tacky as someone that has too much money, too quick, too young, and puts a Versace logo in their pool. That's kind of what the bottle looks like. It looks like a pool with a Versace Medusa head at the bottom of their pool, wearing gold chains and a big Versace bathrobe with the gold here. It really feels like that. Really just obnoxious, and you got too much money, and a guy that's calling everybody bro. That's the type of guy that I see wearing this. As a club option, I can't see it also. I would choose over 50 designer scents over in my collection before this one. I really feel like this one isn't your best choice for a club fragrance. It reminds me of a fragrance that a newbie would make. You know, take everything that's popular right now, turn the volume way up, and let's go to the bar. It would have been actually better with the volume turned down and the blending a little cleaner, in my personal opinion, as a scent. Some positives to take away from Eros is it is a compliment getter if that's what you're looking for. Performance-wise, it is good. At least the bottle I've tested is very good. Takes all decision-making on picking a new cologne an easy one because it just piggybacks on everything that some people in the game are looking for. Now, negatives to take away, I have hit those buttons quite a bit in this review. It is too loud for what it is. The blend is kind of screechy. It's piggybacking on what's popular, making it a little different because it's taken a lot of two things that are popular, that fresh sweetness versus the blue lineup, and kind of making it turquoise. So Eros is kind of starting its death right now, that not a lot of people are looking out for this fragrance. It's starting to kind of fade away a little bit, which is nice to see. And it's only by design because it's not as obnoxious as it used to be. So let's get into the rating system. Projection, this one projected very well on my skin. 8 bottles out of 10, no complaints here. Longevity, 9 bottles out of 10. Same thing here, very good, 7 to 9 hours. It hits my V exactly where I want it for designer scents. Compliment factor, 8 bottles out of 10. If that's what you're looking for in a scent, this is going to deliver. But you may be that guy, if you wear, application is so key with this fragrance. You may be that cologne guy that everybody hates. With this one, you are going to get attention, either good or bad. Either way, you're going to get some attention. Uniqueness, this thing's not unique at all. 4 bottles out of 10. It borrows quite a bit from many other scents. It really is one of those that just feels like somebody just went out there and went, I'm just going to take everything that's popular and mash it up into this little bottle here. Pricing versus what you get. So if you're spending $80, what is the best bang for your buck for 80 bucks? Well, this one right here, ain't it? 4 bottles out of 10. I really feel like what you're paying for, you can get better quality and a better scent, depending what you're looking for. As far as compliment factor and the push out of it, yeah, those are high marks on this particular fragrance, but other than that, it's not doing very well. That goes to versatility. It's not as bad as people do say. I'm going to give it a 7. The playfulness in this fragrance does restrict it, but it is a club type scent, yes. You can wear it on a date. Don't wear too much of it. Night out, almost any night out. More versatile than people actually think. So I'm going to give it a 7. And that goes to smell, and this is where it gets hit. 4 bottles out of 10. I really think the blend, the depth, the originality, and just basically it started on a bad note, and it just continued to get bad. So that is a huge portion of my rating system, of course, is does it smell good? I don't care if it pushes. If I don't feel good about the fragrance itself and it pushes, it has good longevity, good projection, people around me like it, I'm not a fan of it, I'm not going to wear it. That's the simple point of it. So that's 4. And that goes to an overall score. Versace Eros is going to get a 5 bottles out of 10 on my channel. I really think the House of Versace has done better. And I think as a fragrance and what people like it for, you can find something much better for it. And that goes to buy, try, or pass. Eros is a pass for me. I really don't think that this is one that you should seek out. I think its heyday is long gone now, and it's time to move on to something else. I'd love to hear your take on Eros. I know a lot of people love this fragrance, and this fragrance review is on the polar opposite of that, and that's what our taste is all about. So I'd love to hear your take in the comments below. good, bad, and the ugly. I'd love to hear your take if you have sniffed it. If you haven't sniffed it, what is your favorite release from the house of Versace? If you did enjoy this content, maybe you didn't like the outcome, but I work hard for my content. I'd love for you to hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't. If you have subscribed, did you hit that bell yet? Are you part of my notification gang? If you haven't already checked me out, I am on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. You can just type in a Robes08 on any of those and you'll find me. I also have a Facebook fragrance group called Fragrance Guru Nation. We're close to 15,000 scent heads right now to discuss fragrances. Join us today. Now I'm going to leave you with a few takes from my social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my Facebook. Thank you to everybody that gave their take on Eros. So I'm going to share the good and the bad out of those comments so you can have a little bit more to see about this particular fragrance. And so thank you to everybody that posted their comments in my social media. As always, a great or poor fragrance will make a lasting impression. Choose your scent wisely. Thanks for watching.